Today, I want to talk about the one thing that has the power to transform your life in 2025 you. But let me be clear, when I say focus only on yourself, I don't mean selfishness. I don't mean ignoring the needs of others. I mean, the most important contribution you can make to your work, your family, and the world is becoming the best version of yourself. And to do that, you need to start with your why. Understanding your why is the cornerstone of focusing on yourself. It is the internal compass that guides your decisions, fuels your passion, and keeps you grounded in the face of uncertainty. In a world that constantly pulls us in multiple directions, demanding our attention and adherence to external expectations, defining your purpose offers clarity and direction. It allows you to focus not on what you do or how you do it, but on why you do it in the first place. This isn't just a philosophical exercise, it's a deeply practical one that can reshape how you live and work. Many of us are trapped in a cycle of busyness, checking tasks off lists, meeting deadlines, and fulfilling obligations. But how often do we pause to ask if what we are doing aligns with what truly matters to us? Without a clear why, our actions risk becoming hollow, disconnected from any deeper meaning. Defining your purpose requires introspection. It's about peeling back the layers of societal expectations, professional goals, and personal aspirations to uncover what truly inspires you. When you focus on your why, you unlock a sense of motivation and resilience that external rewards can never provide. Your why is not just about personal fulfillment, it's a foundation for navigating life's complexities. Challenges and obstacles are inevitable, but when you have a clear purpose, they are easier to face. Instead of being derailed by setbacks or distractions, your why keeps you anchored. It serves as a reminder of what you're working toward and why it matters, enabling you to make decisions that align with your values and long-term goals. This sense of alignment is liberating because it allows you to say yes to opportunities that matter and no to those that don't, without guilt or hesitation. Focusing on your why also transforms the way you interact with the world around you. When you are clear on what drives you, your energy and enthusiasm are contagious. You inspire trust and confidence in others, whether it's in a personal or professional context. People gravitate toward those who have a sense of purpose because it reflects authenticity and conviction. By understanding your why, you not only elevate your own life, but also contribute to the growth and well-being of those around you. This process isn't always easy. It demands vulnerability and honesty. It might mean confronting uncomfortable truths about what you've been prioritizing or realizing that you've been chasing goals that aren't truly your own. But the reward is worth it. When you define your why, you step into a space of empowerment. You take ownership of your journey and reclaim the ability to focus on what genuinely matters to you. This self-awareness is not selfish, it's necessary. It enables you to show up for others in a more meaningful and impactful way because you're no longer operating from a place of obligation or external pressure. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose sight of yourself amid the noise. Social media, societal norms, and professional expectations constantly push you to compare yourself to others or strive for standards that aren't your own. Defining your why helps you tune out that noise. It reminds you that your path is unique and doesn't need to mirror anyone else's. It shifts your focus inward, where the real work and transformation happen. Instead of measuring success by external metrics like money, status, or recognition, you begin to define it by how aligned you feel with your purpose. This shift has profound implications. It changes how you spend your time, what you invest your energy in, and how you measure progress. When your actions are rooted in your why, even small steps forward feel significant. You begin to notice a sense of fulfillment that isn't tied to external outcomes, but to the process itself. This is what it means to focus on yourself in a meaningful way, not as an act of self-centeredness, but as a commitment to living with intention and purpose. When you understand your why, everything changes. Your priorities become clearer, your decisions more intentional, and your actions more impactful. It's the difference between drifting through life and living it deliberately. By focusing on your why, you not only transform yourself, but also inspire others to reflect on their own paths. This is the power of purpose. It starts with you, but ripples outward, creating a wave of authenticity, inspiration, and change. The essence of focusing on yourself lies in recognizing and embracing the one thing you truly have control over yourself. In a world full of unpredictability and external influences, this truth is both grounding and empowering. Many people spend their lives trying to control things outside their reach, circumstances, outcomes, or the behavior of others. This external focus often leads to frustration and anxiety because no matter how much effort is invested, the external world remains unpredictable. By shifting your attention inward, You reclaim your power, focusing on what you can change: your thoughts, actions, and growth. Control starts with your mindset. How you perceive a situation shapes your response to it. Two people can face the same challenge but respond entirely differently based on their mindset. One may see it as a roadblock, the other as an opportunity to learn and grow. The difference lies in their inner narrative, the story they tell themselves. Focusing on yourself means taking responsibility for that narrative. It's about developing self-awareness to recognize negative patterns of thinking and actively choosing a perspective that serves you better. This is not denial or toxic positivity, but a deliberate effort to approach life's challenges with resilience and clarity. Beyond mindset, focusing on yourself involves taking ownership of your actions. While you cannot control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. This principle applies to every aspect of life, from relationships to professional endeavors. When things don't go as planned, it's tempting to blame external factors. However, this approach often leaves you feeling powerless. Taking ownership shifts the focus back to what you can do differently. It empowers you to learn from mistakes, adapt, and grow. This proactive approach is not about perfection, but progress, a continual process of refining your actions to align with your values and goals. One of the most significant aspects of focusing on yourself is prioritizing personal growth. The world is constantly changing, and the skills and mindsets that served you yesterday may not serve you tomorrow. By investing in your development, you equip yourself to navigate these changes with confidence and adaptability. Growth doesn't happen passively, it requires effort and intention. Whether it's learning a new skill, cultivating healthier habits, or challenging yourself to step outside your comfort zone, every act of self-improvement strengthens your ability to handle what life throws at you. It's a form of self-care that goes beyond indulgence, rooted instead in preparation and empowerment. This internal focus also helps you build emotional resilience. Life is full of uncertainties, from unexpected challenges to shifting circumstances. While you cannot eliminate these uncertainties, you can develop the inner strength to face them. Resilience is not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be unaffected by difficulties. Instead, it's about acknowledging your emotions, processing them constructively, and choosing a response that aligns with your values and long-term goals. By focusing on yourself, you cultivate the emotional tools needed to navigate life's ups and downs without losing sight of what truly matters. Focusing on what you can control also means letting go of the need to control others. It's natural to want things to go a certain way, especially in relationships or team dynamics. However, trying to control others often leads to frustration and conflict. Instead, redirect that energy toward modeling the behavior you want to see. When you focus on improving yourself, communicating effectively, setting healthy boundaries, and acting with integrity, you inspire others to do the same. This approach creates a ripple effect, influencing your environment without the need for coercion or force. A critical part of this process is learning to let go of external validation. Society often measures success by external metrics like wealth, status, or approval from others. While these can be gratifying in the short term, they are not sustainable sources of fulfillment. True contentment comes from knowing that you are living in alignment with your values and purpose. By focusing on yourself, you shift your definition of success from external achievements to internal growth. This change in perspective frees you from the pressure to meet others' expectations, allowing you to live authentically and intentionally. In essence, focusing on yourself is about embracing the power you have over your life. It's not about controlling every outcome, but about controlling how you show up in the face of those outcomes. It's about understanding that while you cannot change the world around you, you can change the way you navigate it. This shift in focus is not just a strategy for personal fulfillment, but a foundation for living a purposeful and resilient life. By centering on what you can control, you unlock the potential to create meaningful change, starting from within. Investing in yourself is one of the most impactful contributions you can make to the people and communities around you. At first, this might seem counterintuitive. How does focusing on yourself help others? But the truth is, personal growth is a ripple effect. When you become the best version of yourself, you elevate not only your own life, but also the lives of those who depend on you, work with you, or look up to you. Self-improvement isn't selfish, it's a foundational step toward becoming a person who can give more, lead effectively, and inspire others. Imagine a scenario where you are part of a team, whether in your family, workplace, or community. If you are constantly depleted physically, emotionally, or intellectually, you can't give your best to that team. Your ability to support others, share insights, or contribute meaningfully is compromised. However, when you invest in yourself by learning new skills, prioritizing mental health, or building physical stamina, you enhance your capacity to show up fully. This means you can solve problems more effectively, communicate more clearly, and create stronger connections with those around you. Self-improvement starts with identifying areas where growth is needed. This requires honest reflection about your strengths and weaknesses. It's not about criticizing yourself, but about recognizing where you can evolve to align more closely with your values and goals. For example, if you struggle with patience, working on emotional regulation not only improves your own well-being, but also fosters healthier interactions with others. Similarly, if you enhance your knowledge or expertise in a specific area, you become a more valuable resource for your team or community. Growth in these areas allows you to contribute in ways that are both meaningful and sustainable. Another important aspect of personal growth is setting boundaries. When you focus on yourself, you learn to say no to things that drain your energy or distract from your purpose. This isn't about avoiding responsibility or disregarding others' needs. Instead, it's about recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. By setting boundaries, you protect your time and energy, ensuring that you can engage fully in the areas where you choose to contribute. This level of intentionality not only benefits you, but also ensures that when you do give, it's with your full presence and capability. Focusing on self-improvement also models the behavior you want to see in others. Whether you realize it or not, people are constantly observing and learning from your actions. When you prioritize personal growth, you demonstrate that it's okay to take time for yourself, to invest in learning, and to embrace change. This can be particularly impactful in leadership roles or within families where others look to you for guidance. Your example becomes a silent encouragement for others to pursue their own growth, creating a culture where development is valued and supported. Moreover, personal growth enhances your ability to empathize with and support others. As you work on understanding yourself, your motivations, fears, and aspirations, you become more attuned to the experiences of those around you. This self-awareness fosters greater empathy, allowing you to connect with others on a deeper level. When you've walked the path of self-improvement, you understand the challenges and vulnerabilities that come with change, making you a more compassionate and effective supporter for others who are on their own journeys. Investing in yourself also has a direct impact on how you approach challenges. Life is unpredictable, and obstacles are inevitable. When you focus on self-improvement, you build the resilience and skills needed to face these challenges head-on. This doesn't just benefit you, it benefits those who rely on you. In times of crisis, people look to those who can remain calm, think clearly, and act decisively. By working on your own growth, you position yourself to be that steady presence in the lives of others. Additionally, self-improvement enables you to contribute in ways that are uniquely aligned with your strengths. Everyone has something valuable to offer, but many people struggle to identify and leverage their natural talents. When you focus on yourself, you gain clarity about what makes you unique and how you can use those qualities to serve others. Whether it's through creative problem solving, offering emotional support, or bringing innovative ideas to the table, your growth amplifies your impact. Ultimately, the work you do on yourself creates a foundation for meaningful contribution. By improving your skills, emotional resilience, and overall well-being, you position yourself to give more, not from a place of obligation or burnout, but from a place of abundance and alignment. Personal growth is not a detour from helping others, it's the starting point. When you focus on yourself, you elevate everyone around you, creating a cycle of growth, support, and inspiration that benefits far beyond just you. In an ever-changing world, personal growth is not just a luxury, but a necessity. The challenges of 2025 will demand innovation, resilience, and adaptability like never before. Whether it's technological advancements, shifting economic landscapes, or evolving social dynamics, the ability to navigate these changes starts with your commitment to self-improvement. Prioritizing personal growth equips you to face uncertainty with confidence, empowering you to not only survive but thrive. This investment in yourself is a proactive measure to stay relevant, capable, and prepared for whatever the future holds. Personal growth begins with self-awareness. It requires taking a step back to evaluate where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. This process involves acknowledging both your strengths and your areas for improvement. Growth doesn't happen by accident, it's intentional. It requires you to identify specific skills or traits that need development, whether that's enhancing emotional intelligence, mastering a technical skill, or improving communication. By focusing on these areas, you lay the foundation for resilience in the face of change. Adaptability is one of the most critical outcomes of personal growth. The world will continue to evolve at a rapid pace, and those who resist change will find themselves left behind. However, adaptability is not just about reacting to external shifts, it's about preparing yourself internally to embrace them. This means cultivating a growth mindset, which sees challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. When you prioritize your development, you build the mental and emotional flexibility needed to pivot when circumstances demand it. You become less fearful of change and more confident in your ability to handle it. Another important aspect of personal growth is building resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. However, resilience isn't about avoiding difficulties, it's about learning how to bounce back stronger. By working on your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, you develop the capacity to recover from adversity. This doesn't just benefit you, but also those who depend on you. When you show resilience in the face of challenges, you inspire and reassure others, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond yourself. Investing in personal growth also sharpens your ability to solve problems. As the world becomes more complex, so do the challenges we face. Whether in your career, relationships, or community, the ability to think critically and creatively is essential. Personal growth involves expanding your knowledge, honing your decision-making skills, and practicing innovative thinking. This not only enhances your ability to address current issues, but also prepares you to anticipate and tackle future ones. In doing so, you position yourself as a resourceful and reliable contributor, whether in a professional setting or within your personal circles. Another outcome of prioritizing personal growth is improved confidence. When you invest in yourself, you build a track record of small wins that reinforce your belief in your abilities. This confidence is crucial in uncertain times when self-doubt can easily creep in. By continuously challenging yourself and stepping out of your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you initially thought. This self-assurance doesn't just benefit you, it radiates outward, influencing how others perceive and trust you. Focusing on growth also enhances your relationships. As you develop self-awareness and emotional intelligence, you become better equipped to understand and empathize with others. This leads to more meaningful and effective communication, whether in personal relationships or professional collaborations. When you prioritize your own growth, you also become more attuned to the growth and needs of those around you. This creates a dynamic where everyone benefits from mutual support and encouragement. Your growth, in turn, fosters an environment where others feel empowered to pursue their own. Personal growth also fuels innovation. In a rapidly changing world, creativity and adaptability go hand in hand. By seeking out new experiences, learning new skills, and broadening your perspectives, you cultivate the ability to think outside the box. This is especially valuable in 2025, when the ability to innovate will be a key differentiator in almost every field. When you invest in your own development, you contribute fresh ideas and approaches that can solve problems, inspire others, and drive progress. Finally, personal growth is a long-term investment in your future. While the results may not always be immediate, the cumulative effects are undeniable. Every book you read, every skill you learn, and every experience you embrace contributes to the person you are becoming. This growth is not just about preparing for the challenges of 2025, but also about setting the stage for a lifetime of adaptability, success, and fulfillment. By prioritizing your development, you ensure that you are ready to meet the demands of the future, while also enjoying the journey of becoming your best self. Focusing on yourself means embracing the freedom to ignore external validation. In a world that is constantly measuring success based on what others think or expect, this might seem counterintuitive. We live in a society that rewards external achievements, the number of followers you have, the titles you hold, or the approval you receive from others. But these outward signs of success often do not reflect the deeper, more lasting fulfillment that comes from within. Focusing on yourself means liberating yourself from the pressure of seeking approval from others, allowing you to pursue goals that are truly aligned with your values and purpose. External validation is seductive. It can be gratifying and affirming in the short term, but it is ultimately fleeting. It's easy to become hooked on the praise, likes, and recognition that come from others. Yet, when our sense of self-worth is tethered to external factors, we are at the mercy of others' opinions. Our mood and motivation can fluctuate based on how others perceive us, leading to a cycle of dependence on external approval. When this happens, we become distracted from our authentic selves and our real goals, and we lose sight of what truly matters. When you focus on yourself, you shift the locus of control from others to yourself. You begin to recognize that your self-worth isn't determined by how many people agree with you or praise your achievements. Instead, it is determined by how much you align with your own values, your purpose, and your long-term vision. The need for external validation starts to diminish as you find your confidence and fulfillment within. You stop measuring your success by external markers and start evaluating it based on the internal sense of purpose and growth you experience. This shift in focus can be liberating. It means that you no longer chase after external rewards or try to fit into predefined boxes set by others. Instead, you define success on your own terms. You can pursue projects and goals that align with your passions and values, regardless of whether they fit into the traditional measures of success or approval from others. In doing so, you free yourself from the anxiety of comparison and judgment, allowing your creativity, productivity, and satisfaction to thrive. Letting go of the need for external validation also allows you to cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness. When you stop seeking approval from others, you become more attuned to your true desires, motivations, and values. You begin to make decisions that reflect who you are rather than what you think others expect of you. This can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life, as your choices are now guided by your own inner compass rather than the opinions of those around you. In professional settings, this shift can be particularly powerful. Many people pursue careers or goals based on societal expectations, what their family, peers, or the media suggest is successful. But when you focus on yourself, you begin to make career choices that reflect your passions and strengths, rather than what is considered prestigious or profitable by external standards. You start to prioritize the work that energizes you, aligns with your values, and contributes to a greater sense of meaning rather than the work that garners praise or recognition. This approach leads to more long-term satisfaction and resilience, as you are no longer chasing an external idea of success, but are instead building a career or life based on what truly matters to you. In relationships, focusing on yourself and letting go of the need for constant validation can also improve the quality of your connections. When you no longer seek approval from others, you become more authentic in your interactions. You are no longer performing or trying to meet others' expectations. Instead, you engage with people in a way that is genuine and true to yourself, which fosters deeper, more meaningful relationships. The desire to be liked or accepted no longer drives your behavior, and this allows you to show up as your true self. This freedom also gives you the strength to take risks and pursue bold goals without fearing failure or judgment. When you rely less on others' opinions, you feel more empowered to take risks, whether that's trying a new career, starting a creative project, or speaking up for what you believe in. The fear of rejection or failure fades because your self-worth is no longer tied to how others perceive you. This is the freedom to create, explore, and grow without constantly looking over your shoulder for validation. Another important aspect of letting go of external validation is the ability to become more resilient in the face of criticism. When your self-worth is not dependent on others' approval, you are less likely to be derailed by negative feedback or disapproval. Instead of taking criticism personally, you can view it objectively, using it as an opportunity for growth, rather than a reflection of your value as a person. This enables you to maintain a clear focus on your goals and continue moving forward, even when others may not understand or support your path. Ultimately, when you focus on yourself and free yourself from the need for external validation, you begin to live more authentically. You make decisions based on what is meaningful to you, not on what others expect. This leads to a greater sense of fulfillment, personal power, and inner peace. You become less concerned with fitting in and more focused on being true to who you are. The result is a life that is richer, more satisfying, and driven by your own sense of purpose. Focusing on yourself also means investing in your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. In the fast-paced and often overwhelming world we live in, it's easy to neglect our own health and happiness in pursuit of external goals or the demands of others. However, true success and fulfillment come when we take the time to nurture and care for ourselves. Our ability to thrive in all areas of life depends on how well we tend to our mental and physical states, as well as our emotional resilience. Mental health is foundational to how we navigate life's challenges. When we are mentally healthy, we have greater clarity, focus, and problem-solving ability. We are better equipped to make decisions and deal with adversity. However, mental health isn't something that just happens. It requires intentional practices such as mindfulness, self-reflection, and stress management. By focusing on your mental health, you build the strength to remain calm and clear-headed during difficult moments, allowing you to think critically and act decisively. This enables you to face challenges with confidence rather than being overwhelmed by anxiety or doubt. Equally important is emotional well-being. Our emotions are powerful drivers of behavior, and when we neglect them or fail to process them healthily, they can influence our actions in negative ways. Focusing on yourself involves acknowledging and understanding your emotions instead of suppressing them or letting them dictate your actions impulsively. Emotional regulation is a skill that can be developed over time. By practicing emotional intelligence, you learn to respond to situations thoughtfully, without reacting from a place of anger, frustration, or fear. This leads to healthier relationships, greater self-awareness, and more positive interactions with others. Taking care of your physical health is also essential in ensuring you can perform at your best. Our bodies are the vessels through which we engage with the world, and when they are neglected, we feel the consequences in all aspects of our lives. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate rest are crucial components of maintaining physical health. Physical well-being is directly linked to mental clarity, emotional regulation, and overall energy levels. When you invest in your body, you invest in your ability to be present, productive, and resilient in the face of challenges. One of the most powerful ways to invest in yourself is through rest and recovery. In a culture that often glorifies constant productivity, it's easy to fall into the trap of overworking, pushing ourselves beyond our limits. However, true performance comes from balance. Taking the time to rest, recharge, and disconnect from the demands of work or daily stressors allows your mind and body to recover and perform better when you return. Without proper rest, our cognitive abilities diminish, and our emotions become more difficult to manage. Investing in regular breaks and ensuring a healthy work-life balance is essential for maintaining long-term health and success. In addition to caring for your mental, emotional, and physical health, focusing on yourself means nurturing your personal growth and development. This might involve learning new skills, expanding your knowledge, or working on your mindset. Investing in yourself through education and continuous self-improvement ensures that you are prepared to meet new challenges, seize opportunities, and adapt to changes. Whether it's attending a course, reading, or seeking mentorship, every step you take to develop your abilities adds to your overall well-being and personal satisfaction. It's also important to recognize that taking care of yourself is not a sign of selfishness, but rather an essential step in your ability to care for others. The metaphor of the oxygen mask in an airplane emergency is often used to highlight this point. You must secure your own mask before assisting others. This is because if you are depleted, burned out, or unwell, you cannot effectively help others. By focusing on your own well-being, you increase your capacity to give and serve, whether in your relationships, your career, or your community. You become a better partner, friend, colleague, and leader when you are operating from a place of strength and vitality. Focusing on yourself also means setting boundaries that allow you to protect your well-being. Boundaries are a form of self-care, ensuring that you don't overextend yourself or take on more than you can handle. Learning to say no when necessary is a powerful skill that allows you to prioritize your health and energy. It means recognizing that your time and energy are valuable resources that should be spent on things that align with your goals, values, and well-being. By setting and maintaining boundaries, you protect yourself from burnout and maintain a healthy balance between your personal needs and external demands. Ultimately, focusing on yourself creates a solid foundation for everything else in your life. When you prioritize your health, your personal growth, and your well-being, you are better equipped to tackle life's challenges, build meaningful relationships, and pursue your goals with intention and energy. You become more resilient, more creative, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. By investing in yourself, you ensure that you can fully show up for the people and causes that matter most to you, while also living a life that is fulfilling and aligned with your values.